am deeply deeply concerned. It just feels like this is going to make kids gay and depressed and suicidal. And I think these laws are lesbians. Unconscionable.
Welcome back. That was Kate McKinnon on SNL discussing Florida's controversial bill that many are calling the quote-unquote "Don't Say Gay" bill. It's officially called the Parental Rights in Education, and a portion of it bans any instruction of sexuality or gender in kindergarten through third grade or in a manner that is not age appropriate. People who support the bill say it will give parents more discretion over what their children learn in schools, but critics of the bill say it will hurt queer people. They've also staged protests and walkouts chanting "We say gay." The bill just passed, by the way, the Florida Senate, and is headed to Florida's governor to sign, which he, of course, is expected to do. DBL Nation, we always want to hear from you on this one. What do you think? Do you support this new law in Florida? Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. Erica, what are you thinking?
You know, I live by this rule in terms of energy. I'm never concerned about the bad energy that someone is projecting onto me because I have a firm belief they will hurt themselves before they ever could touch me. That being said, you need to look at that in your own households. I had a situation, it was a professional situation. I was very much about supporting this particular thing that was happening with the LGBTQIA+ community. And I remember someone in a professional setting saying, "We don't do that. We aren't advocates and allies. We have a conservative situation here." And I was very confused by that because at that time we weren't even really using those types of words. And the next day after he reluctantly participated because I did, his child came up to him and told him that he was gay. And I will never forget that because I had a couple questions like, you were so concerned about the image of what it looked like that you never considered what was happening in your own home and the idea that this is your child's truth. And because you attended this particular thing, your child felt like they were in a safe space. Right. So I just always want people to think about who are you really hurting? Because I think at the end of the day, a lot of times you're truly hurting yourself and the people that you love the most.
Right. No, I just worry about the shame, right? Because let's not even think about the individual, and we're going to get to the individual, but let's think about the fact that, like, let's say your parents walk in and you have two moms or you have two dads. You're not allowed to learn about them or talk about them or address them in your own classroom. Can you imagine the shame that child feels? Now let's talk about the individual child who, I'm sorry, I remember my first crush in kindergarten. His name was Richie.
Gabe.
Yep. Okay, so let's talk about those children who are starting to notice who they like, blah, 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 and then they're told they can't talk about it because that's wrong. That's what leads most likely to self-harm. That's what leads likely to self-destructive behavior, attempted suicide. So if you really care about your children, this bill is going to do the exact opposite. What's wrong with acceptance classes? Remember when we had Miles and Austin, two young 21-year-old young men who say we need to teach children about everything so we can accept, so we can love ourselves? That will change the future, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I do know the other side is saying, like, this should be an at-home conversation. And I know that's tough. They're saying that it shouldn't be in schools, right? But I think,
why? Because then that implies it's wrong.
Correct. And wherever moms and dads are discussed, I think mommies and daddies should also be discussed. It's 2022. We're not Russia, and this bill is highly unconstitutional. It won't stand, and it will only hurt, and that's the opposite of what legislation is supposed to do.
I wish we had more time.
No, please, I want to hear from you.
But is this zero, like K through third grade?
Yes.
And this doesn't talk about, they're not saying sexuality, they're saying you're not allowed to say you have two moms or two dads?
They said,
is that what the bill is?
The parents can sue a teacher if they in any way discuss sexuality.
But I thought that's what it was about, sexuality. And my question is, and not to push back, because if you push back, the whole bill is called Don't Say Gay. That's not what I'm saying.
That's the brand name.
Right, but if you push any pushback, that's the result that you're getting. And I'm not pushing back. I'm just saying from K to third grade, I have a 5 and and a 3-year-old, they don't even know what part they have. So what, if you're talking about sexuality, not about my mom and dad, that's craziness. But if you're saying sexuality, what do kids know about sexuality K through 3rd grade? That's my only question that I have.
I think sexual orientation and sexuality is included and should be taught from that young age. And some people think.
But if you don't know what it is, we got to go. I got it. Yeah.
Let's look at the vote. 71% of you say no, you do not support the bill.